Man, it's one thing to see a music video like that, right? And appreciate the artists who made the music videos, the beautiful models in the video, seeing these artists perform and all these things. And it's a whole other thing, right? To appreciate everybody who was involved in making that sound, that visual. From the producers, the directors, to the DJs who put the sounds out there, and all these little factions that make, this industry and everybody in every other industry what it is. And I think it's very important for us, as a people, to understand, acknowledge, and appreciate every single person who makes a project, an idea come to life. And that's why we have a show like that special right here on 3 Music Television. And today is one such example. But first, before that, please send us messages. Be a part of the conversation. I'm your host, Jason Alay, as always, talking to the most creative, the most innovative, masterminds in the business. And today I want to give a very big shout out to my producer, Kosti. He was just singing in the background. I was hoping we could have done it, but he says he's not going to do it. So Kosti, we're going to find a day, put you on the stage and let you do your thing. I have a man here who's good at listening. He has that ear. And it's not an easy thing to have. There's certain people who can just listen to a song and say, no, that's it. That's the one. And I feel like this guy is one of those people. Afrolektra.
Jason.
How you doing,
Charlie,
man?
I'm great.
First thing I told you, your name. I love your name.
Yeah?
Where'd you get the name from? Before we get into the man.
So, you're taking me back to 2016.
Okay.
Right, so I was in my dorm room, University of Ghana, right? So I studied biomedical science.
What?
Yeah, I studied biomedical sciences. So, medical laboratory sciences. So what it was I had a previous name and I had built a sound which was Afrobeats mixed with electronic dance music, right? So I was looking for the perfect name, and in those days I used to listen to a lot of EDM then. So I had all these, from Skrillex to Major Lazer. So I needed a cool name. So I had like a list. I put like a list of like 20 names. And then I sent it around, like, what do people, like classmates, classmates who also were into music at the time. So I was like, okay, what do they think about this? What do they think about that? They laughed at some, and then and then we started putting this together, that together, and then we had Afrolektra. It was amazing.
You see, with a conversation like this, usually it's supposed to go, who's the guy, who's this, but I was just I've been so enamored by your name, I just had to start off like that. So this is my guest, Afrolektra. I know you guys are loving the glasses too. We'll get into all of that as the show goes on. But you're a producer, you're an artist, you're a DJ.
Right.
Like, you delve into so many things. Where should we start? How did it start for you?
Wow. Okay. So, I'd say I've always been a product of my environment, right?
Okay.
So even before I started doing this professionally, music has always been that thing that I've gravitated towards. You understand? So we talk about when I was young, we're talking about 6, 7, 8. I used to love those who be playing music in church, like from the keyboardists to those drumming. Yeah, instead of going to Sunday school, Charlie, I'm in one corner looking at how
jamming,
they're jamming. You understand? And I come back home, and then after Sunday we have Monday, and during school hours, then we have break time. When we have break time, then we are sort of singing songs that we hear in town, up to like the end of school, and then we hear sounds that people are playing outside, So we're talking about like hip life at the time, and then I also grew up on the University of Ghana campus. So
that's why you've got so much swag.
Come on.
These Legon boys.
Come on.
These Legon boys, you've just got it right.
Oh, bro. True. So, right. So, because it's like a cosmopolitan environment, I was influenced by the students also, So we have the hip hop at that time, So it's always been like that. So onward up till 2010, where I finished my basic school. That's when I started to do like DJing, so I picked up virtual DJ. Simultaneously, I picked up Fruity Loops.
So it's fair to say you started off as a DJ or
actually,
beat maker?
I picked up both software.
Oh, together?
Yes.
Okay.
So it started with Fruity Loops, then also, virtual DJ. So I started playing with that a little bit. I'll go to SS and then I'll come back home.
I'm so sorry to cut you, but
right.
Balancing what you were doing, the what course again did you say?
So yeah, SS was science.
And after that?
After that, biomedical science, yeah.
Biomedical science. That alone sounds heavy. Now you're doing this and you're mastering two crafts at the same time. How did you do this, Afro? Like,
I mean,
what was going through your mind then?
To be honest, even though it seems like I was weighing and then balancing everything properly, honestly, I'd say that I was stuck on the music aspect a lot more. Yeah.
Okay. Did it affect your studies? Would you say?
Well, it did a bit, but
I get that.
I mean, we're here. So
I get that. You found your way through, basically.
I still did find my way through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you using that? The biomedical sciences?
Currently, no. I'm doing music full time.
Okay. Okay, but it's there. That's the good.
It is there.
Okay, that's the good
thing. I
thing.
completed.
Yeah, you completed. I like that. Okay, so you forged ahead with the music, right? As you said, the DJing and the producing. Is that fair to say?
That's right.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'd say that DJing is not as intricate as production, right? So it's something that I didn't hold on for too long, you understand, even from when I started. So I'd say, even though I was dabbling in that, it was not until 2015 again that I started, having shows and stuff like that. So that's when I really picked it up again. But from like 2010, 2015, it was more of the music production.
Okay, 2010, 2015, more of the music production.
Exactly.
Okay, so is it fair to say that was professional for you? Were you making money from this at some point, like in the beginning?
In the beginning, no, not really.
Okay.
In the beginning, no. So I'd be producing for people around me, you understand? If there's classmates, if there's a recommendation from here or there.
Okay.
That's the kind of thing.
What was your first big break? And for me, big break doesn't necessarily mean when you say, okay, I've blown up, right? Big break might be you produce for this guy and that gave you an edge like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Big break might be you heard this sound and it was like, okay, this is it for me. Or it might be still when you blew up. When was that moment for Afrolektra? I was like, nah, this is it. This is it.
Well, that would be 2018, 2019. So I was about to quit.
Wait.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't be having this conversation.
We wouldn't. So the end of 2018 was like my end point for me.
What's the reasoning for that, please?
So I had finished my national service. Things weren't going too well. Family pressure. Like, you have to settle. You have to move on with life. And I still feel there's something in music, but there was so much pressure, right? And I didn't even have a laptop then, so how to make beats was a problem. Understand? From like 2017 into 2018 into 2019, I didn't have a laptop, so I was making beats and I was DJing off other people's laptops. That was how crazy
That's
it was.
an ambitious guy, man.
That was how. So I had a hard drive. That was where everything was. I still keep it till today. That was where
nice.
all my files and everything.
Nice.
So I go from place to place and I'll do that. But I came to a point where I was like, nah, this thing is gonna end. And then one day, a friend of mine who I produced for, his name is Yayo. So he's an artist in Tema, great rapper, singer. He just linked me. I was like, yo.
Because he is on BB Bar, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, BB Bar.
Yeah.
Amazing rapper. So he linked me up and he told me, yo, so you know Payday, right? He was like, he heard a song I did for him and he was like, no, that beat is amazing.
This was you on the brink of giving up.
Yeah.
Like you're almost...
Yeah.
Sheesh.
It's like, that beat is amazing. So I should come home to his studio. And then I went to his studio. At the time, I still wasn't phased, but I was like, Charlie, what haven't I seen? I've gone to so many places, I've gone to so many studios, I've seen so many artists. And yeah, so I went to Payday's place. We made Side 15. Long story short, we made Side 15, and it was that moment where I felt like, okay, if people were able to see this, if Payday himself was able to see this, R2B.
So you handled that like project, Side 15?
Side 15. So there's a title track actually called Side 15 off the Side 15
off
project.
the Side 15. Okay, that's what you handled. Well, that was a big moment, man.
Yeah, that was a big moment. That was like the breaking point. So from there, I was like, okay, then there's something within this. I still didn't have a laptop, but I just knew, okay,
like,
if they're able to
I don't have a laptop, but I'm doing this.
You understand?
I have a laptop.
I could make it work. So I still kept on going, and then after a year, we did Yawa featuring Sarkodie. R2B's Yawa featuring Sarkodie. I did that also. And then I did, the following year, 2021, I did Same Earth, Different Worlds.
Bro, it seems like, again, this is very interesting for me to hear, because I'm hearing somebody who was giving up like everything, and it just showed up and it just was like smooth, like was in terms of like the production. I mean, nobody's journey is smooth, but in terms of what you were churning out, what's your belief system like? Like, do you believe in a higher power? Like, cause this is crazy.
I mean, a higher power, yes. I mean, I feel like everything is divine.
I like
There's
that.
divine connection.
I like
how
that.
we meet people is divine.
I like
how
that.
we create is divine.
Yeah.
Like, you just creating is not normal. You
Yes.
understand? It's very divine. So those, I look up to God for every single inspiration. So that's sort of my belief system.
Nice.
So,
Nice. And it worked out. So all these things happened. You were making music.
Exactly.
Was it just like up from there? Was it just like
I wouldn't say up from there. It's always been steadily growing from there.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Because since that 2019 break, it's been okay. This person is recommending you, and then the next minute you're in this studio with this big artist, and then you're in the studio with that big artist, and the next minute you are flying to go produce for another person.
How long after you not having a laptop working with Master did you get a laptop? Bro, I just want to know. I need to know, bro.
Maybe 4 months.
Okay, you see, it worked out.
Right. Yeah, it did work out.
So you have a monster artist, you know, a monster song, and then 4 months after is when you get a laptop.
Yeah.
It's good to get context into these things, right? Because again, people see creators and artists like they're not human, you know, they don't have issues. But then when they understand this, you know, they get even closer. And that's a very nice conundrum to have, right? Like the spectrums are broadened and widened. There's more understanding. That's really, really cool. Another thing I really want to know is, how's it working with Omar Sterling? Because he's like a legend.
Ooh, yeah. For him, it's not just about the music, you know. We talk a lot about life. We talk about...
He looks it.
Yeah. We talk a lot more about life. We talk a lot more about his experience, my experience. We talk about life in general, like everything to do with whatever, you know. And he's seen it all, done it all. You understand? In music, a lot in life also. So he's the type of person that I also, you know, like to understand his thought process from, and maybe how he thinks. Basically.
That's very, very nice, man. It's good you guys still have a great relationship?
We do.
Nice.
We're working on VTH too.
Oh man, proper exclusive. I like this. I like this guy. Okay, so all this happened. You're still producing, still recording with artists.
Exactly.
How are the DJing going though?
So, as I remember, I said I was still borrowing people's laptops and things. So I borrowed a friend of mine's laptop for my very first DJ gig. That was Chaliwati 2018.
Okay.
Bless Gafachi, he put me on that. He had a remix I did for Mr. Easy. That was London Town featuring gigs. I did a remix, and then Mr. Easy reposted it. He was like, yo, this is amazing. Like, my Twitter blew up that day because of that, you know. I mean, no laptop still, but yeah. But after that, I think 2 months later, Gafachi hit me up. He was like, yo, you're really good with this remixes thing. Can you play live? And I was like, yeah, I could play live.
Whoa.
So he told me, yo, come to Chaliwati, I'm doing something.
Whoa.
It was amazing.
Whoa.
People hadn't heard like back-to-back remixes like that before. So it was an amazing experience. And the next year, 2019, Chaliwati put me on as a headliner.
Oh,
yeah, it was massive.
That's divine. Bro, let me ask you this. So I've spoken to a lot of producers, right? And right now, and DJs too, more so, they're paying attention to their brands, right? They're having their faces out there. Let's look at DJ Khaled, right? Let's look at DJ Varsky here.
Exactly.
You see a producer and you know his face. Back in the day, I don't think it was so. You just hear the sound. They didn't even have like the what's the thing? What's the word I'm looking for? Like their sound, like
The jingle.
The jingle. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. So you wouldn't know he played this or she played that.
Exactly.
During these times you're coming up as an artist, was that something you were thinking about? Because I'm sure you'd go to town, people hear music, but it'd be like nobody knows it's you. Did that bother you? Did you think about it or not?
No,
really?
it didn't bother me. I mean, it even took time for me to have my own signature. You understand?
Okay.
But people know it now. People hear it and they know it. I think it took like 3 years in it for me to actually get the perfect sound. Because also getting a tag, you don't want something that's corny, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? So it took quite a while, but I mean, it worked out.
It worked out.
People hear Elektra and then they're like, okay,
Yeah. You know, that's the guy.
that's the guy.
That's the guy.
You know, yeah.
Okay. Now your catalog is crazy.
Thank you, bro. I'm
What? I mean, that's just facts, right? I'm gonna go through my phone and check in a bit, but what are some of your favorite productions? It doesn't necessarily have to be your best production, right? But some of those moments that are like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, so I mean, I'd say my best productions are a result of how like the creative process came out. You understand? So I talk about R2B Sheer Banker.
Okay.
You understand? So that's a fusion between High Life and Amapiano. That's like them marrying themselves. I had to move many kilometers away from my studio space all the way to somewhere, I think in Wager or so, to just record the High Life horns on that song. It was amazing. Yeah. And I shed a tear, you know, because I was like, whoa, it actually came out as beautifully as I thought. You know, so when I do something like that, it's amazing. I could talk about Rent Free. I love how Jackie is a great collaborator, both for lyrics and for the beat. I love how she collaborates.
But I hope you document these things. Because
I try my best.
The people you work with is it's like,
I try
wow.
my best. I try my best to document BTS. I mean, of how I do these studio sessions and things. Yeah, but
Black Sheep Rebel music.
Yeah, there's all the BTS
like it
that.
goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: what do you think about production in general in Ghana right now? Because very competitive space we're in. We're always going to be compared to other places and other spaces, and that can be a good thing, right? Because it makes us better, you know, as creatives.
Exactly.
Mixing and mastering, when I didn't think was as big a deal, but when I sat down and listened to like different products, like, whoa, now that's crazy. So I want to know from you, are we where? I don't think we're where we want to be, but are we getting there as fast as we want to get there?
Well, I'd say there are certain people who are doing the right things, who are getting there, or who are there already. You understand? I mean, we can't deny the fact that finances play a role in, you know, getting the highest quality sound. You understand? But also, you know, there's no border to creativity. So I just feel, in a certain sense, we need to be crazy enough to create the boundless content that we need to. You understand? I mean, I chanced upon Billie Eilish's first album. You understand? And when I listened to that, and I went back and I went to YouTube, I listened to Phineas, who produced the project. He said they used very cheap equipment for the first project. You understand? Very cheap microphones, $99 microphone. You understand? So it's not even always about the gear to a certain extent. It's about the ear. You understand? So we have to make sure that, you know, we do this in a manner where people are hearing and they're like, okay, yeah, there was time, there was effort, there was work put into it. You understand? For me, what I love to do with my process is, I don't want to create the same thing all over and over again. I like to listen a lot. I like to fuse a lot. You understand? That's one of my quote unquote mantra. You understand? Yeah. So I like to fuse with when it comes to let's say with the song that I did with R2Bs again. taking the high life, taking the amapiano. Yeah, we can always do that with different songs. You understand?
Yeah.
I love what Joey B did with Princess. You know, we had the sexy drill there, taking the high life and then putting to the Cash Cobain sound. And it's good when we do that, you know. It's not just competitive, it's just beautiful. Yeah. You know. So I think we should do a lot more of that.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed, I don't know if you're gonna agree, like back in the day, like Hammer's beats were super heavy and super punchy, right? But it seems like it's not like that right now. Do you think it's just with the times, you know, it's just with what the people want, or again, what do you think it is? And it's not even necessarily a bad thing or a good thing.
It's not a bad thing. I mean, for me, it's not a bad thing. I just feel like times change. Yeah. Times change, and it being heavy, it could still be heavy. I just feel like this is what people want to hear at a certain point in time. We can still replicate the sound, the Hammer sound. Maybe we've just not found the time. Maybe someone will do it this year, and we're like, okay, we're back to basics. Yeah. You know, so we could try. Yeah. We could try.
Do you focus on having a signature sound, right? Like that's an Afrolektra sound, or are you like you want to be so versatile where you don't know it's me if we don't hear that jingle?
Well, it doesn't have to be the jingle. It never has to be the jingle. It just has to be the sound, the texture. Okay. Yeah, there are people who reach out to me and they're like, your jingle wasn't in it, but it sounded like you had a touch in it. You understand? Because there's certain approaches that I take. Yeah. You know, so that's me. It doesn't always have to be the jingle. Yeah. You understand? It doesn't always have to be Electra. Yeah.
Do you think producers are appreciated as much right now?
It could be better, but it was worse. It could be better, but it was worse. So when let's take Appear-To's, let's take Hammer, you know, they were really appreciated. I feel. You understand? Even till now, the likes of Kill Beats, Guilty Beats, you know, people are appreciated. I just feel like on our part, we need to be also visible. Producers definitely need to be visible.
That's what we spoke about, right?
You know, it's also a brand thing, and we are in a new age where if you're not out there, nobody would know you. Understand? So that's one aspect of it.
Okay. Before to your most recent projects, you hosted an event somewhere last year, Beehive?
Yeah, Afrolektra Radio,
tell me about that, man.
So, I've always wanted to have an event where I could actually play remixes, you know, play my own kind of music, mashups, you know, do something that's different, you know, and people were always linking me like, yo, when are you doing your own event? When are you doing? And this has been like almost 3 years of people telling me you have to do your own event. So in October, in September, we just put out a date and we're like, okay, a couple of friends just come through, and we had like hundreds of people. Like,
so it was better than you expected.
Yeah, it was.
But I need to be at the next one, bro.
You have to.
Yeah, I need to be jamming behind you, bro, because I've seen some stuff he's been doing. It's wild. I need to be there, man. Let's get to what's coming up next for you, your most recent projects. What should we look forward to, and what are you pushing right now?
So yeah, definitely. I was talking about VTH2. Yeah, we're finishing that. It will be out soon. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
is there an official date, or you don't? I tried. Yeah, I always tried.
Yeah, but it's coming out like real.
We heard about it a while ago, though. Yeah, so the fans were like anticipating like a lot.
Nah. It's like it's almost here. Yeah. Okay. So we getting that soon. Okay. With Omar Stella.
You produced Boom Boom, right?
Yeah, I did Boom Boom.
Okay. Yeah. And that track is on the tape.
You're gonna know. Yeah, Boom Boom is also an amazing production.
Yeah, it is.
I love how it came together.
Yeah, it is.
It's an amazing production. So yeah.
How did it come together, though? Please tell me.
So, true story. I made the beat in like 10 minutes. I was like, yo, I need to do something that's like Asaka, but like very Asaka, you know. Okay. So I started making the beat in like 10 minutes. I made the beat, and then I sent it to Overwise because I knew he's cool with the Asaka guys. Yeah. But I didn't hear from him in a bit, so I played it for Master at another time, and then he did the chorus, boom boom, the boy is back. When he finished, we were like, nah, we got to have the boys on. I was like, yeah, you have the idea.
That's how it connected. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, it was,
That's really, really cool.
crazy. It was
Okay,
crazy, yeah.
okay. Now we see how that went.
Yeah.
I really love the relationship you have with Omar Sterling, man, because
Yeah.
you know he's like an old cat. He's like
He
he's
is.
been in the game, and for him to work with somebody who is, you know, still honing their craft, growing their fan base, doing their thing, to have these generations, like your two generations mixed together, I think is really, really cool for the culture, right?
He came over a decade before I started, you know,
Bro, before
crawling.
all of us, man.
Yeah, you know, so to learn from someone like that is, you get really inspirational moments from learning from someone like Omar Sterling, you know, and Mugi's also.
Oh man.
Yeah, like
Man,
he's
Moogie's,
really
man.
dope.
Like
with the
he's never
vocals.
going to talk much, but when he lays the work, he lays the work.
He's amazing with that.
Please enlighten us a little on working with Black Sharif too.
Whew. So, Black Sharif is someone I've always loved from like a creative standpoint. Way back in, I think 2020, 2021, I started having conversations with him. I sent him beats, and I mean, he said he had done them. I mean, I sent him a couple more, and then he blew up crazy.
Okay.
You know, he blew up crazy, but I had known his management like 2 years before that. You know, shout out Aubrey. So I knew Aubrey in about 2018. So last year he was working on a camp, right? He was doing like a writing camp. He was like, okay, come through, let's make some new stuff, you know. So I went there, I was making different sounds, and then there was this one beat I made before the camp. I was like, okay, well, I like the way this is going. I don't want to finish it before he hears it. So let me take the skeleton and then I'll play it for him.
Yeah.
And then I played it for him. And I was like, hey, okay, it's
That's
nice,
it, right?
nice. Yeah, but I didn't feel like he was digging it. So I changed the beat. And then I think he was far from where the sound was playing. So he came back, he ran back and was like, nah, the other beat was the beat. And I was like, okay, now we have one.
You have one.
So we started building from there. We took like the whole day into the night, and then we had like 67% of the song. And I mean, today we have Rebel Music.
Nice one. Again, it's good to hear, you know, the relationship between, you know, the creatives, because I think for some time there's been like disconnect as in what we see. Like, you know, DJs used to say they don't get the shout outs they deserve, right? You know, artists and producers, it seemed like there was friction, but when I have these kinds of conversations, you know, even though it's one industry, different spaces, and I see you guys are connecting and creating art, it's a very beautiful thing to see. And I want to commend you for that, because it takes two. Right, it takes two. There has to be that cohesion. Maybe we're not going to agree, but we're going to find an endpoint with what we're doing, what we're trying to put out there.
For me, cool, when it comes to creation, I always love to say this. It's something I actually learned, you know, from Quincy Jones, bless his soul. When we were working on Heal the World, I think, is it Heal the World or one of them? We Are the World, actually. Yes, We Are the World. He had this sign, you know, at the doorpost before you enter the studio, and it says, leave your ego at the door. You know, and that's what I do in every session, you know. If the artist says this, okay, I'm doing that, but I add whatever I can add. You know, but you're not trying to be too militant. You know, otherwise you prevent creation. You understand? You don't want to do that.
I like that. I also wanted to know, before we get to your most recent projects, look at artists like Jules, Guilty Beats, DJ Khaled. You know, usually they have their projects where they feature. Is that something you're considering? Something you're going to get?
I'm working on that currently. I'm working on that currently.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. And I'm sure a lot of people watching also can't wait for that. Is there a reason why you waited till now to put that out?
So one, it's just synergy. You understand? You have to work with the right people. Two, also you have to get the right sound, you know, and also you have to be in a place where you have the connections, you can actually market your music better, you know. So all these are sort of factors that have taken time to put together, you know. So
Afro, you know we're brothers, right?
We're brothers, bro.
I'm not gonna get any details as in like features or anything.
Whoa.
Because you don't want to put this out there.
Well, I mean, I have a couple of brothers I've been working with recently. I mean, Affair Music. He's an amazing artist.
I think he deserves more in terms of like
he's amazing.
good.
Amazing. So he's one.
Okay.
You're
At least
gonna
I
hear
got
on
one.
that. Yeah.
At least I got one.
Trust me.
I like
trust
that.
me.
At least I got
Bless,
one.
bro.
Is it coming this year?
Yeah.
Okay, so this year is
This
going to
year we
drop.
get music.
We're going to bring you here. We're going to talk about it.
Afrolektra music.
Awesome.
You're talking.
Afrolektra music. Can't wait to hear that. Any other projects, artists you're working with or?
Yeah,
something
definitely. Definitely Jackie. Definitely.
Okay.
There's bare artists. There's bare artists. Yeah. So there's many artists.
Another thing I wanted to know: if an artist watching this wants to work with you, what do you look out for?
Ooh, I'd say I'm very picky. Not because the artist is good or not, but I also look at character a lot. How you move, you understand?
Yeah, energy, right?
Yeah, energy is so important for me.
Bro.
I've worked with quote unquote like average artists, and we've been able to make amazing music just because the energy was right. So it's not just about how good the artist is, but I mean, I love great artists too.
Of course.
Yeah, it makes it work.
Right,
easy,
if they're great and the energy is good, that's perfect.
It's amazing. Yeah,
nice one. So all of that is coming now, bro. Like again, big ups to you. Your DJ event. Please give us some more details on that before.
Yeah, for Afrolektra Radio, we're doing a couple of pop-ups. We're doing residencies this year. Definitely main event also this year, bigger and better.
Okay.
So yeah,
bro, you have to come through, bro.
Bro, I'm coming through.
Like I have to come through. 3 Music has to come through. We're pulling up the whole team.
It's gonna be amazing.
Cause I heard the ladies be pulling up.
They pulled up. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
My producer excited. Cause he's like super excited. He's like, bro, we're gonna be there.
You know?
But what do you want to tell your fans? What do you want to tell producers? Young creatives, man?
Well, to every creator, I just feel like we need to unite more.
Nice.
Nice. Don't let anyone let you feel like you're not good enough. Just keep doing your best. I mean, at the right time, it will pay off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm proud of you, man.
Bless you. I appreciate.
Are there any artists you've not worked with that you want to work with? We can put that out there.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, each and everyone, frankly, yeah.
Yeah. Like you're open, right?
Yeah, I'm very open.
Okay.
I'm very open.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Genres don't matter, whether it's hip hop or
I've worked in every single genre.
Okay.
So
okay.
Genres are not like a border. Yeah.
Again, thank you so much for coming through. God bless you, my brother. We have to work on something.
Bro,
yeah.
Let's get in the studio soon.
We're gonna get in the studio. And 3 Music is gonna document the whole process.
Straight.
I've said this many a time, I'm blessed to be in the position I'm in because, I get to talk to young creatives, young amazing guys like my brother Afro right here. And when his project is out, you're gonna see us talking about it, you're gonna see us promoting it. When his events are out, you're gonna see us there, supporting him as much as we can. And to you, the fans, for supporting us, for supporting these projects. We appreciate. None of this can be done without you. This has been Thread Special here on 3 Music TV. Please go on our social media, send us messages, ask questions even after the interviews. Send him a DM, send him your music. Send him your music, find him. He just might work with you. You just might have a project with him. So tuning on Thursdays, we're on here. We have repeats and we have excerpts on our social media. Thursdays 120, Fridays 120. We're all out there. Saturday, we also have our repeats. But everything's on our social media, just in case you miss. We're here for you as always. Shout out to the whole team. None of this is possible without them. And have a very good one.